Welcome everybody to another episode of Making Sense for Congress. I have my good friend Jodey Arrington with me from Texas today. He's been very gracious, and we're going to have a good time just chit-chatting. We serve on the Ways and Means Committee together and have a great time. So before Congress, Jodey Arrington was Vice Chancellor of Texas Tech University System. Go Raider, go Red Raiders. Before serving as president of a healthcare innovation company. Quite amazing. He also represents Texas's 19th district and has done so since 2017, being only the 5th person to represent that district since its formation in 1935. That's amazing. That means a lot of people stay for a long time. Serves as chairman of the Budget Committee and is a senior member of the Ways and Means Committee. He's up on the top dais where I am with him. Welcome, Representative Arrington. Thank you for coming to the show.
Well, great to be with you, Dr. Murphy, and it is an honor to serve with a patriot such as yourself. I love your big and bold ideas on how to fix healthcare, and I love your passion on how we address this unsustainable national debt. Just because I'm the budget chairman doesn't mean I'm the only budget hawk. I appreciate how you ring the alarm for all members.
We have
to know that this party will not last forever, and if we don't do something, we're handing our kids a real mess.
Really? All right. Well, some quick fire questions.
You got it.
Favorite sandwich?
A Reuben for sure.
Reuben is
peanut butter banana would be my second favorite. Me and Elvis.
Absolutely. One thing that you have that you really should throw out.
I've got an Ole Miss shirt. I didn't go to Ole Miss. And it's cut. The sleeves are cut off.
Showing your large biceps.
Very much so, but the biceps aren't there anymore. So I probably should throw it out because it's not very flattering. My wife tells me.
Yes, indeed. Well, as she would know. Do you get enough sleep?
No, I don't.
I don't think any of us do.
Part of that is just
being old.
Yeah. And sleep apnea, and the other part is just when do you sleep?
That's right. If you had one song to listen to for the rest of your life.
Def Leppard. I could close my eyes and just pick it. The Pyromania album, but probably Rock of Ages or Photograph, but definitely Def Leppard.
I'm a tiny dancer, Elton.
Of course you are. Yes.
I mean, what would viewers find interesting about DC that they don't know?
The underground tunnel system that connects all the offices. People see the Capitol and they think and they see the various buildings, Capitol, Supreme Court. They don't realize how much of this, if not all of it, is connected underground. When I lived here, my kids would get on little scooters. They're much younger. I moved my family up here for a few years, and on rainy, snowy days, I would go jogging around the tunnel system, and they would just be scooting behind me. Great memories, but for a lot of people who don't know that, they should ask when they come to see you and ask for a temperature. Go on the train, go through the tunnel system. It's
kind of like a little Disney World for
I think
free.
So, for adults.
All right, let's get down to some questions. Need some quick answers.
You got
it. We want to keep it going. Why do you believe that our unsustainable debt is the greatest challenge of the 21st century? In 5 sentences.
Because we can't fund an army, let alone the safety nets for seniors, good ag policy for stability in rural economies, or highways and byways. Literally, the whole thing collapses when you can't borrow. And if you have $2 trillion you're borrowing on a $7 trillion budget, if you have more debt than you did during World War II as a percentage of your economy and getting worse, if you're paying more in interest than you are in all national defense, which is true today, then you pretty soon your creditors or the people that are allowing you to borrow money will stop, and things will get really bad really fast.
Yes, that could be disastrous, not only for the U.S., but it would be disastrous for the world.
That's right.
World. So recently, the CBO, we have a question about the CBO, assessed America's long-term budget outlook and projected our gross federal debt will reach $182 trillion by 2056. What happens?
We don't make it by then. That's a 30-year outlook. If we don't intervene, that is the result of the current policies locked in today. So all the obligations from entitlements, earned income programs like Social Security, that's if we do nothing. So we don't survive that. Like I said, that we already at World War II levels of debt. We'll have Our debt will be in 30 years twice the size of the largest economy in the world.
And contributing to that is the fact that we are living longer.
Living longer.
And we have fewer younger people that are having kids, right?
Fewer younger people, so the demographics are not good. And we have 10,000 baby boomers retiring every year. And we're making more promises than we can follow through on in terms of resources and that they're backing the benefits.
You know, it's a real challenge because everybody says, look, I paid into Social Security, I should benefit from it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But it's just a math problem.
Now, in 6 years, if we do nothing, Social Security beneficiaries will take a 23% cut in their benefits.
Do you think we should have means testing?
I've always thought we should because I
so
think
just for our viewers, means testing means what?
It means that you're looking at people's income, and you can look at their income and assets, but essentially you're saying some people will not be able to afford retirement without drawing down the monies they put aside or paid into the system, Social Security. Some people are millionaires and don't need the system in retirement, but paid into it. They paid into it like we pay into SNAP and Medicaid and other programs. There's safety net programs for people who need them. And I just don't think that multimillionaires or billionaires are going to need Social Security.
Would that move the needle?
No, I think you have to do a lot more than that. I think you have to at least do something on age. I think but quite frankly, because it's going to have to be a bipartisan reform effort, you're going to have every dial and lever on the table. But the things that people talk about the most are probably means testing and then the age limit, raising the age limit. Some people talk about the taxable income. You hear that from a lot of Democrats, but at the end of the day, the last time this was solved, 30 plus years ago, Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill. Republicans don't have the courage to do it unilaterally. Democrats don't. That's why the Bipartisan Debt Commission is I think, the best path to getting a solution on that.
All right. Reconciliation. Can you share a little bit about your perspective on Reconciliation 3.0?
Yeah, well, for your viewers who probably know, because they're very informed, because you're such a good congressman, that
what did you say?
Budget reconciliation allows us to run legislation with a simple majority in the Senate, but it has to be a material budget impact. Can't just be policy. Democrats tried to raise the minimum wage. You couldn't do that through budget reconciliation. We've tried some things that didn't work either. But what we were able to do is give people, working families, tax relief.
Right.
What we were able to do was root out about $1 trillion+ in waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government. What we did do was make programs more sustainable, safety net programs. We opened up energy production, domestic energy production. These were a lot of things we did in the first reconciliation bill. The second one we did because the Democrats were shutting down the Homeland Security, and we had to open it up, and so we did that through budget reconciliation. The third one, we have an opportunity to continue to address the Biden legacy of cost of living crisis by making healthcare more affordable.
Yep.
Housing could be another component of that. We definitely need to support our troops from the resources they've drawn down in the current conflict in Iran. So whatever your position on that is, our troops don't get a choice in the matter. They salute and they go, and when their commander-in-chief calls them to go. We need to make sure that at a minimum, we fill up the tank so they can finish the fight and come home safely. Right. That would be part of a reconciliation bill. And finally, we can pay for all of it, Dr. Murphy, with the war on fraud. GAO, the Government Accountability Office, says there are $500 billion at the high end of fraud across the entire federal government. Remember,
$500 billion.
That's $1 million a second $1 million a minute every hour of every day for an entire year. That's how bad this place is being run and managed and overseen in terms of leakage of tax dollars.
Well, I'm glad that we actually have an administration and people that are looking at it.
100%.
It's long overdue, and it benefits both Republicans and Democrats to look at it. So,
amen to that. And by the way, we should come alongside the president and his fraud task force, and we ought to look at all the things that we didn't do in the first bill. And I know this is a short segment, but We did 2 of the largest welfare programs in terms of rooting out waste and fraud. We also put work requirements for able-bodied adults. But there are 75 other means-tested programs that we didn't touch.
Yeah, there's a lot
So
more
we
can do.
should. There's a whole lot more
There's
meat
a
on
lot
the
more we
bone.
can do that would be benefiting to the country. So anyway, that's our episode of Making Sense of Congress. Representative Jodey Arrington, I want to miss you, buddy, next
I'm
year.
gonna miss you too. Thank you, my friend.
Come and visit.
Nah, definitely will. Now you're gonna have to make sense of my answers. Is there
Well,
another
there is another
Making
segment
sense of-
coming up, Making Sense of Jodey. So anyway, God bless you, my
Yeah, you
friend.
too,
Thank you
brother.
very much. Appreciate everybody tuning in.